Hi, my name is Fuzzy Slippers, and these are the skincare products that I would immediately repurchase if my skincare collection disappeared tomorrow. That is terrifying to say. Oh my god, I'm not even superstitious, but I am knocking on all of the wood. Let us not put that into the universe. But if this weren't my job, I definitely would not have the ridiculous amount of products that I do. I get a lot of products sent to me from PR. I still purchase a ton of products myself. I think it's important to remember what it feels like to be a consumer, so I have a budget every month that I do spend on myself, which is nice. But if all of that disappeared tomorrow, these are the things that I would first rebuy. Someone else did this, and I can't remember his, her, or their name, so I will link their video in the bottom tab. But be sure to show theirs some love as well, because it inspired this one. And by the way, if you have a specific product you're curious about, I've actually listed all of the steps in a routine in little chapters. YouTube has chapters now, so feel free to click on those, and look, you can jump around. It's like Tigger, but like YouTube's skincare edition. You just bounce in around. Okay, I'm done. Face masks! The reason that I love face masks is because it is totally you time, and this is probably my favorite sheet mask that I have ever tried to date. This is the Press Refresh from Zitsticka. This is made for acne-prone skin, and it's one of these hydrogel masks that actually stays on your face. It feels kind of grippy. It's not like the microdarts that actually puncture pimples, which I do love, but it actually holds onto the skin, and it has graphene. Graphene in this product is super cool. It works with the heat energy that your skin produces and your body produces to actually penetrate the other ingredients in here deeper. This specifically has salicylic acid, which is amazing for acne-prone skin because it's oil soluble. It helps to degrease the pores, which the acne bacteria doesn't like, so it doesn't stick around. And then we've also got glycolic acid for exfoliation. We've got niacinamide for some oil regulation. And of course we have allantoin and hyaluronic acid for hydration and soothing of the skin. This is one of my favorite products. I think I actually love this even more than the Zitsticka little pimple patches, which I do love. But this definitely repurchase and then just get on my face and then stay there for like an hour because that's how long I use this for. Thank you. And we couldn't talk about face masks without talking about Bubble. This brand actually came out in the middle of a pandemic, in the middle of 2020, and the entire brand is about helping teens with mental health. When I say teens, honestly, you could use this skincare line regardless of your age, but it was made to make sure that teens understand skincare and feel empowered by it and can afford it. So yes, all of their products are like 20 to 30 bucks, super affordable, but this one makes my face feel like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, just without the bread or the peanut butter. This does remind me so much of like grape jelly. It has grape ingredients inside of it, but this is a hydrating face mask instead of a drying or a stripping one. It actually comes, oh no, did I lose it? Where'd you go? It actually comes with this little play dirty brush, and you can use this to swipe it onto your face. Now, full transparency, when I put this on in Instagram photos, I kind of build it up so that it looks more purple because I love the way it looks. A little goes a long way, and you can actually use a very small amount and soothe it onto the skin. Again, it's a hydrating mask, so it helps to degrease, it helps balance out the skin, but because it's got glycerin, it also gives you hydration, so it's a face mask that's non-drying. It's got arginine and kaolin clay and the grape, and honestly, this just feels like a skincare pokeball, right? Like skincare, I choose you. It just makes me so happy. I'm 4 years old. I'm just 4 years old stuck in an adult body, and I still don't know how to do my own taxes, and I should probably fix that. Spot treatments! Was this even a surprise? This is the INKEY List Succinic acid. This is hands down one of my favorite non-drying spot treatments. There is also the Sandra Lee MD benzoyl peroxide spot treatment. That is great if you want to dry something up and out and get it off the face, but sometimes we don't want to overly dry a pimple, especially if you're more prone to something like scarring or if you're more prone to hyperpigmentation. But if you want something gentle and effective, this still works on my blemishes in around 3 days. This is the Succinic acne treatment, and this comes out green, but once you blend it into the skin, it completely disappears. So this is excellent if you want to wear it under makeup or as a primer, because it literally can cancel out some of the redness that acne causes. And on top of that, it's got salicylic acid. So again, it's gentle, but it helps to exfoliate the skin, decrease the oil, and get the zit stuff out of there. Succinic acid and succinate technically is made naturally by our bodies. It's very essential to us living, breathing, and creating ATP, adenosine, adenosine triphosphate. We've done an entire video on it, but this is one of the first revolutions in acne care, and the fact that it's like $11.99 at Sephora or $8.99 at Sephora. It's available, it's inexpensive, it works well, it doesn't dry me out. My pimples love this. I actually had a pimple on my back that I picked. Do not pick. Do as I say, not as I do. I stress picked that mofo. It didn't make the pimple like disappear in like 3 days, but it dramatically reduced the redness and it didn't dry the pimple out, and so far I don't think it has scarred, which is nice, but I will have to come back to you on that. Yep, it's on this side. Ugh. Look at it. Get on my pimple. Ooh. Skincare should be fun, okay? I feel like I'm face painting when I use this stuff, and I love it. Speaking of body acne, this from Sandra Lee MD. This is the Salicylic Acid Body Spray, and if you are not, oh no, if you're not a contortionist, or if you're not trying to destroy your makeshift video set, I highly recommend getting a skincare spray that you can use to get those hard to reach areas, because my acne does not only plague my face and my back, it also gets my and my. For those who don't know, I do struggle with folliculitis, which is not acne, but it does kind of create these pimples like on my butt. But I do also have acne on my butt, which is unusual, but it can happen. And definitely my chest, my back, like you name it, it's there. It's very frustrating. Did you also know that technically cats get blackheads? Cats, feline cats, can actually get blackheads in their ears. If you didn't know, now you know. Don't put salicylic acid on your cat. Skincare is not for kitties unless it is kitty approved skincare, and there's probably a brand that does that, but do not put this on your cat. Put this on your back. You could also spray it on your face if you want a little refresh, or kind of here on the chesticles. 10 out of 10 would highly recommend, but don't get it near your pets. They will not appreciate it, and they might not survive. So again, talking about things that we don't want to manifest, knock on wood, let's just not put that into the universe. Let's just put this on our skin. And then we get into the regular bulk of a skincare routine, and because we're going backwards, we get to start with the most important step, which is sunscreen. SPF is your BFF. And if my skincare routine disappeared tomorrow, I honestly need 3 different sunscreens, because one of them is a chemical/organic filter, one of them is a physical mineral filter, and one of them is a tinted filter, and I just have to have all 3, especially because it's the most important step in a routine, okay? This is from Isntree. This is the Hyaluronic Acid Watery Sun Gel SPF 50 PA++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++++ the US FDA to be OTC certified. As you know, there's a lot of buzz going on with Korean skincare and the safety and the efficacy. Korean skincare is totally fine. There is one manufacturer that is questionable. This is not related to that, but because this one came under fire and is currently being tested, I was like, okay, but now I need a new favorite Korean sunscreen that's not gonna burn or irritate my skin. And this one came to the rescue. It's hydrating, it is moisturizing, you take a second to blend it in and it gives you a glow. Like, not glass skin, but like glow, hydrated, Vaseline slugging without the Vaseline slugging, and it feels light as air. I cannot recommend this enough. I love it, and the fact that it is actually the SPF 50 PA+++++++ means my face is protected. I swear to God, this is almost like not sunscreen. It's almost like a skincare moisturizer that just happens to have SPF 50. Love. But of course, I also needed a mineral option, and I was really struggling between this one and the Dr. Sam one. The Dr. Sam one is a sunscreen moisturizer, and it is nano zinc oxide, but I ended up settling with this one because I do love it. This is one of the most invisible physical SPFs that I have been able to use. It is from Dermalogica. It is a little bit more expensive, but I would rebuy it. I used this for like 3 months last year, and I love it. It's the SPF 30, and again, this is just one of those sunscreens that goes on so well and so smooth, and my face loves it. And especially if I have open blemishes, this one does not sting. That is why I love physical and mineral sunscreens, is because they do not sting my open acne blemishes or in my eyes if I'm running and sweating. But we couldn't just have a sunscreen, we also needed one that's tinted. I blame Dr. Dre wholeheartedly, and then I continue to simp over her and just like open my wallet to just anything that she recommends me, to be honest at this point. This is the Supergoop SPF 40. I love it so much. I've gone through 3 of them. I have wiped all of the names off of them so you can't even read what it says. But this is a tinted physical sunscreen that goes on super lightweight. This one feels like a little bit more like hydrating and thick. This one almost feels like a serum on the skin. And again, it does have a little bit of a tint, so if you're looking to do something like you don't want to wear a BB cream but you just want a little something on your face, this I cannot recommend enough. It's a little bit more expensive as well. I would definitely say that this is the most affordable one, but it is excellent. I use it around my eyes because Dr. Dre recommended that I do, and I can't remember who said it, but where you start is where you stay. So you best believe I would repurchase these any day. Before sunscreen comes a moisturizer, and I was actually struggling to find a moisturizer that I would purchase in a heartbeat. There are a lot of moisturizers that I really like Pyunkang Yule or Maelove, or even BeautyPie has a good one, but like one that I would repurchase in an instant. And the only ones that I was able to come up with that come to mind are these 2. Both are from K-Beauty. This is the Dear Klairs Rich Moist Soothing Cream, and I love this one. This is super lightweight. It does have ceramides in it, and I am so into this. I would repurchase in a heartbeat. There's also the Ceramedics, which I just got. So I'm working on that because it's a vegan dupe for the CeraVe products. So very excited about that. And if you want a little lowdown, let me know. Oh, another good one. Okay, this one actually, this is also kind of like Slugging if you want something that's less expensive. This is from Pacifica. It's the Wake Up Beautiful Super Hydration Sleepover Mask, but it's really not a mask. It's an extended wear moisturizer. Also, the Glow Recipe is a good one too, but like, would I repurchase it tomorrow? See, that's what I'm struggling with. This is like $7 to $14, this I would. This also has quinoa, it has mushrooms, it has floral stem cells, and honestly, mushrooms are a really undervalued, underhyped ingredient. I feel like people need to get on that. If you're super sensitive to plant extracts, this Pacifica one won't be for you, but like it is so silky on the skin, and both this one and the Dear Klairs one, when you use them, when you wake up, it feels like you have just slugged your skin, but you didn't actually have to rub Vaseline or petrolatum jelly on your skin. But this is the one that I held up that I would definitely repurchase. This is from HaruHaru. It's a hyaluronic acid moisturizer. It is very lightweight. It does have lavender, but it also has fermented black rice, and fermented black rice has, I think, 30 times the amount of antioxidants that regular white rice does. So eat your dulce bibimbap and also apply fermented products with black rice onto your skin. Not only is the product great, but this is such a fun little container as well. When I originally tried it, I thought it was an egg. It is a rice grain, and it has like a little piece taken out of it, and I just sit here and sometimes I just fiddle with it. Like fidget spinner? Who's she? I have skincare. Duh. Not to mention it goes on super nice. Again, if you don't like lavender, this might not be for you, but my face loves this, my butt loves this, because yes, if you have KP or if you have folliculitis, a little bit of moisturizer can help every now and again. This stuff is great, and I would rebuy it tomorrow. HaruHaru, it is a wonder that you have come into my life, but I am so grateful that you did. Oh, and kind of out of order, but depends on what you're using, we can't forget oils. This is, I think, hands down my favorite oil for my face. Again, many oils that I love, but this is the one I would repurchase like this. This is the Dermalogica Retinol Clearing Oil. It has 3 of my favorite ingredients. It has jojoba oil, which is the oil that it's suspended in. It's also got salicylic acid to help fight breakouts, and then it has a retinoid. It specifically has an ester, and it is so good on the skin because it is non-irritating, it works. This is a little bit more expensive. It's prestige, not luxury, but like, would I spend another $80 on this? Yes. This is my 3rd or 4th bottle. This is just a great skincare oil for anyone with acne. If you don't have acne, or if you're not worried about aging, you might not need this, but if you do have mature skin, adult acne, teenage acne, this is so good. And it's gentle too. And it's very rare that we find, you know, acne products in an oil form. Retinoids are oil soluble, vitamin A is oil soluble, but a lot of things like benzoyl peroxide usually aren't in oil form. And even our salicylic acid, it's usually in like a moisturizer or a cleanser. It's not always in the oil form, which it likes. And this product just does that for me. It just does it for my epidermis. Oh boy, and before we get to the Ordinary, you know what, which do we do first? Well, this is kind of this doesn't count. You guys, I'm going out of order, okay? I just saw it and I got distracted. This is the Ordinary's Grand Active Retinoid. you know that I love this. For the $7 to $10 that it is, I would repurchase this tomorrow. Unlike a prescription retinoid, it is not overly drying or stripping to the skin. It is still potent, but again, it's over the counter. Always patch test. I know not everyone loves The Ordinary, and I know that there are some things about the brand that, you know, you should know about. But this definitely is one of my favorites. It is my ride or die, and my skin loves this. Before we talk about my other like Twilight Edward vampire fantasy, which is ironic because I've never read the Vampire Diaries book, we have to talk about more grapes. I think I really like grapes. Anyways, this is Resveratrol from BeautyPie, and these are the Superactive capsules. It's pure 3% Resveratrol, and it's a micro sponge and exotic fruit oils. I am almost out of these. I think I maybe have like a week left. If you love pimple popping, this is going to be your new best friend. This is basically a serum slash moisturizer in these little micro capsules, and you literally twist the top off and then you squeeze the product out like a pimple. And I cannot tell you how much joy this brings me in the morning. When you squeeze it out, it is so satisfying. And when you first look at it, you're like, oh, that's not enough for my face. This is plenty for the face, and I can even get it down my neck. It has a very smooth, kind of pillowy, soft touch feel. It comes out in ribbons, and you can just kind of do this. The whole thing about BeautyPie is that a lot of their products are modeled after luxury beauty that exists in the industry, and they basically go to those luxury beauty manufacturers and they say, can we make the same thing but just under our own brand and cheaper, so you don't have to pay Estee Lauder, Elizabeth Arden prices? Did I say it? Yeah, I said it. And it's like a subscription, almost like public goods. You know how you can like sign up and then you like get almost like a clubhouse, like Costco for beauty. But that just goes on so pillowy. Like, you know how a baby's butt after baby powder feels when like everything is just clean and soft and just boop. It's just boop. And I love it. And Resveratrol is a really potent antioxidant. Again, it comes from grapes. It is wonderful. It's what makes red wine healthy. But in order to get enough Resveratrol from red wine, you would have to drink like, what, 52 bottles of it, which I do not recommend drinking 52 bottles or glasses of red wine at all. If you want heart health, don't drink wine, get some antioxidants. And you know, if you want skin health, don't drink red wine. That's not an excuse. Just, you know, sit here and put it on your face. And I think it's like 20 bucks. It's like 14 to 20 bucks. I love these things. And this would not be a video on the products that I would immediately rebuy if I didn't feature this. Like, I rebuy this before I run out of it. This is the Ordinary's AHA 30%, BHA 2% peeling solution, and this brings my Vampire Diary dreams to life. Like, I don't even care about vampires, I don't even care about like romance novels, but skincare, chemical peels, give me skincare. This is one of the most potent over-the-counter products that you can get if you don't have a license in order to do chemical peels or to perform these sorts of treatments and procedures on people. There's just something about making my face look bloody that makes me giggle in the mirror, and I really like it. I don't know, like, what's that saying about me, but like, it's truly a joy. Only about once a week, maybe once or twice a month, depending on how I'm feeling, but I also go ham with it. I put on a lot. I even put it on my chest. You can totally use this on the chest and the back as long as you patch test, and it's like $7. It's like $5 to $10. I don't even know. Whenever they are in stock and I'm running low, I buy like 3 of them. I've probably gone through like 10 of these at least. You guys, like, don't you want a bloody face without actually having to like get a bloody face? I don't know, that's my philosophy. Skincare should be fun, okay? And this is fun in a bottle. Another serum that I am obsessed with, this is probably my favorite vitamin C at the moment. The BeautyPie vitamin C is good too, but this one, this is like a hot flash for your face. I full-heartedly blame Leah Yu. It is her fault that I got this, and I am not mad that I did. At first I wasn't sure how to feel about it because like it makes your face heat up and then it cools down. It's called the Pure Vitamin C and Centella Asiatica Extract Hybrid Stabilization Technology Freshly Juiced Vitamin Drop. It is inexpensive, it's K-beauty, and it is so good. My number one complaint is that I wish that this was in a light sealed bottle or light sealed container. I would like that better, but this is an excellent product, and it literally heats up on your face and then cools down, and it gives you this vitamin C kick of antioxidants. This is what I imagine a hot flash feels like. but it's on your face. It's just like this whoosh of hot, and then it cools back down. It is so good because the vitamin C benefits do last. Vitamin C is great for brightness. It can help with hyperpigmentation. There are some studies that show that maybe it can refresh sunscreen throughout the day when you reapply, but I love this stuff. I can't get enough of it, and I am so happy that Leah, you made me do it, because I would definitely do it again. And back to my baby. Some people don't like this product, but let me tell you, my nose loves this product. This is the Niacinamide and Zinc from The Ordinary. It is inexpensive. It is effective. The Zinc PCA in here really helps with oil control. Niacinamide naturally can help with oil regulation. It's vitamin B3. And on top of that, niacinamide stops skin from spreading pigmentation once it's created. And it can help with redness. It's just such a good serum. And I think you can even see I have a big breakout kind of on the side of my nose here. It's kind of where my mask rubs sometimes, and that can cause a lot of irritation for me, a little bit of ouchies. But I get a lot of blackheads here on my nose as well, and sebaceous filaments, and this just helps with them. Some people purge with this product. Some people are just not right for this product, but if you have oily skin, my face loves it. And if you haven't tried it, it's like $7 to $11. You know, there's nothing majorly exfoliating in here that could like really disrupt a skin barrier. Of course, anything could disrupt a skin barrier if you have an allergy to it. But I love this formula so much, and it doesn't leave me chalky or overly, you know, that white pastiness that some niacinamide products can. So, mwah. Then we probably have to talk about one of the coolest serums I have ever come across. This serum combines not only great ingredients, but it combines pretty much everything that I love about skincare, science, and cosmetic chemistry. This is from Phyla, and I know it's a little bit more expensive, but this is like cutting edge technology in a product. This has live phages, bacteriophages that actually target acne bacteria. And it was made by a vegan who suffered from acne for almost her entire adult life. We did a full video on this brand, and this is a part of a set. I understand from a science perspective why you should use the set together, because this isn't like regular serums. Like, this literally has living probiotics. It has bacteriophages in it that have to have an environment that they can grow on your skin and kill acne. But the science is there. It is cutting edge, but it is proven, and it is so good. This gives me hope in the future, truly. I understand that it is a little bit pricier, but I would say, honestly, if there was any product from that set that you had to get, or that I would rebuy like without questions asked, take my money. This, today, tomorrow, yesterday. Take my money. And again, I understand like the moisturizer is pretty essential. If you were going to skip one step, I would skip the cleanser, because you could use another cleanser. But even the cleanser, I think it's like $30 or $50. Like, it's not bad. I like to have options when it comes to my skincare, but I legit used this system for 3 months last year, and my skin had not been happier with me. I've been inside of their laboratories. I've looked at and questioned literally everything they do. So if you haven't seen that video, please help yourself. But this is everything that I believe in a product, and yeah, if I could repurchase this, I totally would. And also my bio nerds, Phyla, get it? Like Phyla, like biology. I love it. I actually, like, now that I'm looking at these next to each other, I would repurchase this over The Ordinary. Like, if I had to choose, this one. And that's really hard for me to say. That's why, again, knock on all of the wood. Let's hope that we don't put that into the universe so we never have to say it. Life is abundant. We have gratitude for the things and the opportunities that life presents us, including the opportunity to choose more than one skincare brand. Then, in my own personal skincare routine, we can't go without a little treatment, a little procedure. This is one of the at-home treatments and procedures that I actually like. This is the NuFACE. And you know that I have the NuFACE, the big one. I've been using it for over a year, and you know what? It works. It gives you, you know, that chiseled jaw look, a little bit of a lift right here. It stimulates the muscles that are subdermal or underneath the skin, and as it tightens them, it kind of gives your face a little bit of new shape. Now, you have to use it regularly in order for it to work. If you do use it in the mornings, because it is literally shooting electricity into your face, it can help to depuff the face on days that I sleep like literally on my face or I'm really puffy. This does help because it takes down a lot of that fluid. It's also the massage, you know, you kind of drain this out. But this is one of those treatments that I looked at and I was so skeptical skeptical, and I was like, if we have access to what we have in dermatology clinics, why would someone do this? But the whole thing about microcurrent is that you get the best results when you use it every day over time. And that's why it is one that I do recommend at home and that I do use. This one is the mini one, and I've been testing it out. It's technically the holiday mini one, but I've been testing this out, and can I say, I'll bring you a comparison, but like if you don't have all that money to spend, this one is only $190. So it is more expensive. You have 3 settings instead of 5, but like I'm doing a comparison and seeing if they are similar, but this is a part of my routine that I would repurchase tomorrow because I have seen results. It is one of my favorite at-home devices, and it works way better than the Foreo Bear, if I do say so myself after multiple times of using and comparing. This I would repurchase in a heartbeat, and I actually don't use the gel that they give you. The gel that they give you is expensive. It does work, but as long as you're not using an oil, anything that conducts electricity, such as a water or glycerin base, is going to be excellent. Just buy ultrasound gel on Amazon, get it from the supply room if there's a little bit extra, right? And use that on your face because it works really well. Holika, my favorite aloe brand ever. I use this stuff on my body. I use it on my tiny bits. I love this stuff so much. I use it on my legs too so that I don't get really bad ingrown hairs and like irritation from KP after shaving. So good. But I also use this as a conductor for the NuFACE, and it's like, this aloe gel is like $7 to $14, and it's shaped like an aloe leaf. I love you! And before we would move on to an essence, we actually have to talk about eye creams, because yes, there are 2 eye creams that I would repurchase. And this one, I actually don't know if I would repurchase this one tomorrow. I do love Purito. They are an excellent brand. They listen to customers. They had a blunder, but they are fixing it. But if I had to recommend an eye cream to repurchase tomorrow, this would be it. It's because I don't mind it as an eye cream, but I actually really love it for the rest of the face too. If I'm gonna put this kind of on and by my eyes, I'm also gonna put it by my smile lines and by the other areas that I get, you know, irritated and dry and flaky. Especially if you get like windburn, this is a really good one. This is the Green Level Eye Cream. It's good, but you know what's even better that I would totally repurchase? These are my Wander Beauty patches. They're $5. You get them in a set for like $25. They make me feel so bougie. I probably gave around over 50 of these out during the holiday season, because I would put them in cards and just ship them off to people. And again, I reuse them because yes, thank God, products have preservatives. And you just keep them in the fridge, and they are literally these golden eye patches that make you look like Cleopatra. Like if you want to be Cleopatra on Instagram, I cannot recommend them enough. They are a little luxury for me. They are a little bougie. You know what? But for literally $5, they're bougie that I don't mind spending my money on and that I can afford. So we love her. They make me feel so fun, and I just look at myself with this in the mirror and it makes me feel like a better human. The actual ingredients are phenomenal as well. I wish that they would turn the actual serum of this into a actual face serum. It has basically all the amino acids, just throw the amino acids in there. Very hydrating, very soothing to the skin. It has glycerin. Oh, I am just obsessed. And you leave them on, and especially if you put them in the fridge, they stay cool, so they kind of press into your face. And if you do have puffiness that is just caused from sleeping, from water retention, sodium intake, this stuff can really help. Then we go to essences, and there are a couple essences that I love, but if there is one that I would buy tomorrow, it is this one 100 times over. This is from Pyunkang Yule. They were made in a hospital in Korea, and they have such soothing ingredients. This right here has no fragrances, nothing irritating. It's just basic soothing ingredients and some amino acids, but this actually has like this natural smell of like grape jelly. And again, if you were to take grape jelly and make it slightly more liquid and just have it like melt into the skin, this is it. It is a little bit more of a thick water because again, it is an essence, even though I think it's called an essence toner. It is like this liquidy, jelly-like gorgeousness, and it just refreshes my skin so much. And especially if you're trying to go more minimal with your skincare routine, if your skin is irritated, this stuff just makes you feel like you are being hugged by an oriental hospital in Korea where grapes are nurses and doctors and surgeons. And it's just like, for $14, I love you. If you're not looking for barrier soothing, minimalist skincare and skin protection, let me share with you some of my acne prone favorites. Would this even be a would I buy it again if we didn't include this product? Because you know I would buy this again and again and again, and again, and again. This is from Paula's Choice. This is the BHA liquid exfoliant at 2%, which means it is salicylic acid. And this is just down dirty to the point. It's not overly stripping, but it does get the job done. And again, just right here, nose, blackheads, whiteheads, you name it. This is like a watered down acne serum, and it is so good. My face loves. However, if you're not looking for something quite this potent, I must say I would definitely buy this again. This is all Michelle Wong's fault. She is Lab Muffin Beauty Science on the interwebs and of course on YouTube. This is her fault. I blame her wholeheartedly, and then I simp at her feet and beg her to tell me more about her cosmetic chemistry insights because she has a PhD in chemistry. We love, we stan, and if you're not subscribed, fix it. Also fix that. Is that fixed? Is it broken? The like button? I'll wait. Okay. This is the 5% Mandelic Acid Skin Prep Water from Wishtrend. Mandelic acid is phenomenal, and this is really, really gentle, but it's still an exfoliant, so it still helps if you do have a little bit of acne, if you want some glow to your skin. It really makes your skin just look fresh. You can use it morning or evening, and again, it is one of those gentler forms of AHAs, but it's also got licorice and beta-glucan, so it could help with pigmentation, and it's more hydrating and soothing to the skin. My skin loves this, and if you want a treatment that is not like, you know, wham bam thank you ma'am Paula, this is going to be the one. And again, it's K-Beauty, so it's inexpensive, it's cruelty free, it's vegan. I love this one and would definitely repurchase if my skincare disappeared tomorrow. Like, I can't even say that without having a visceral reaction. If my skincare routine were a person, I would be in a heavily codependent relationship. But the relationship that my face has with this cleanser is not a joke or not to be messed with. This is the INKEY List's Oat Cleansing Balm. I was looking at all of the cleansers that I have and that I like, such as the Skin Fix or the Nuria one, or even the INKEY List Salicylic Acid. I was like, what would I repurchase tomorrow in a heartbeat? And baby, this is it. This is down, it is inexpensive, it is non-irritating, you get a good amount, and it is just like rubbing honey butter into your skin, but it is vegan and it doesn't harm the animals. It's super silky, it almost feels like a Neosporin ointment or like an antibiotic cream, like a Vaseline, but it's not sticky, and then it just rinses off the skin so nicely. And if you do have oil or dirt, pollution buildup that happens throughout the day, this stuff just gets it off. You can use it morning or evening. It is a cult favorite for a reason. And again, I have a lot of cleansers that I love, but I don't think I've ever found like a cult favorite cleanser. And if I were, you know, to kind of name one, this would probably be number one on the list. The INKEY list, my personal INKEY list, my personal preference list. And now, Micellar Waters. We can't talk about Micellar Waters without talking about HaruHaru. There are so many micellar waters out there that, you know, do strip the skin a little bit or can cause irritation, or a lot of the good ones like the Bioderma and the Garnier, they aren't cruelty-free and vegan, so I'm not gonna buy them. But this one, inexpensive. You get a huge amount. You get way more than those drugstore brands, and this is at a drugstore price. And again, it's from HaruHaru. It's the Less on Skin, and this is literally a micellar water that just gets the makeup off. The whole thing about micellar waters is that they have micelles, so they are basically an oil in a water, but they take the oil, the dirt, they just get it off your skin without leaving you feeling stripped. This is basically a makeup wipe 2.0 that doesn't harm the environment and is not as bad for your face because you rinse it off after. Like, if you're trying to graduate from makeup wipes and you're still addicted, this is what you need. And this is going to cost you less than makeup wipes, because did you know that when you do the math on those suckers, they're like 87 cents a little wipey-doo? A little wipey-doo, right? Like, come on, babies' butts wipes are cheaper than that. This is highway robbery up in the skincare game. This I cannot tell you enough. And then it also is not only vegan and cruelty-free, but it is certified vegan. HaruHaru is an amazing brand. They farm and source everything sustainably. This is such a good product, and my face loves it. It gets mascara off like nobody's business. Speaking of makeup removers, if you want something that is more of a balm, the Hamish All Clean Balm is the way to go. $14. $14 hairs. This is like a mattress on your face. It's kind of just like this cream, and then as you emulsify it and mix it with water, it turns into this milky cloud. It's like a mattress that turns into a liquidy, frothy latte whipped with a yogurt. Like, I just love this product so much. And it's little fluffy marshmallowness, and it's like this butter that melts onto the skin. We are talking hardcore foundation, we are talking Instagram contour, we are talking liquid lipstick, waterproof mascara. This is great. If you have sensitive eyes, don't use this around the eye area. You might want something else, but for my skin, it is excellent. It does the trick. And you know what else does the trick? Smashing the like button for the YouTube algorithm and subscribing if you haven't already. Join the skincare community. I am your skincare big sister, and if you have questions, leave them below. Make sure that you have hit those so that when we do answer your questions through Q&As or talk about more products that I would buy immediately, you are sure to know about them. I want to know, which of these do you agree with? Which do you disagree with? What do you think? And what are like the 3 top skincare products that you would rebuy if they all disappeared tomorrow? Again, I can't say that without hurting emotionally on the inside. Don't let it happen. We are putting abundance and skincare and science and technology of products into the universe and on our pores. And with that, my friends, I will remind you to love the skin you're in, be beautiful both inside and out, and I cannot wait to see you in this next video. Love you guys. Bye.